Hey there my friends, and a warm welcome to a new video here on the Crest Garage. The rally theme has completely taken over my heart, you could almost say. Of course there's still a little room left for my wife and my son, but otherwise it's all WRC, rally, rally, rally. And among other things, I'm currently building a little scene here as well. We're working with the RC friends Teldo to build proper tracks. The second training day is coming up soon, so if you feel like stopping by, if you're from the greater Brandenburg or Berlin area, or even a bit further away, you people are actually coming from even farther end. You want to drive a really nice asphalt rally, or maybe even an asphalt and dirt gravel rally, make a note of the training day and come by. We'll soon be holding real rally events on the track there as well. But for now, we are all still in the testing phase. For one of the classes that we are introducing and driving there, I want to build a vehicle, which I'll also need this weekend, because I'm heading to a completely different rally this weekend. On May 24th and 25th, the RC Rally Blankenburg will take place. This is already the 13th time for this really cool event. There are, I believe, 2 classes there, 4 WD, which are the large models, for example, like this one here, and 2 WD, which are classes ranging from M chassis to large models, but only with 2-wheel drive. I've registered there, I want to drive there, and now I'm going to build a vehicle that I can use in the event. I've decided on the TT-02 as the entry-level chassis. I'm going to see what nice modifications I can make to it now. So I can get a bit more steering, a bit more ground clearance, a bit more speed, a bit more precision, a bit more protection against water and dust, and all of that so that the car still looks stylish in the end. I've chosen an Audi Quattro here because it's a really great rally model. And it also looks stylish. So, in this video, I'm going to start getting the car ready. I don't have much time left, so if you want to see how a standard TT-02 turns into a real rally beast, then stay tuned. Yeah, glad you're here. So what do we have here? The TT-02 is already a really good model. It's been around for quite a long time. There are an incredible number of cool rally chassis and rally bodies that come out with the TT-02. You can get the model, let's say, starting at 90 euros and then a bit more depending on the version. There are some really great options. There are always kits that you have to assemble yourself. But in this case, I actually picked up something used. Someone had started building it. It's always a bit, did they build it well? But honestly, right now, I don't really care. I just want to save a bit of time. I've got a chassis. I'll take a look at it. I have to take out the differentials anyway to see how I'll fill them, so I can get different performance at the wheels. The body shell is already pre-painted. That means I can already work with it, but I still need to add a bit of my own designer, and it's not completely assembled yet either. But what it does have already ball bearings installed. What I still want to do, ice soups, take everything off here, install Carson Cup Machine 2. It has a bit more power. I'm not going to install a brushless set here. I'll stick with brushed motors. A nice servo will also be added. And I'll bring different tires with me. So, what's the current status of this vehicle right now? So, what we have painted here is a very beautiful red Audi Quattro, kind of the civilian version. It actually existed in the stylish red as well, but I still want to do a bit more with it. So, we're not completely finished yet. We have tinted windows. Painted, it's pretty decent. The protective film is still on. That means I'll take care of this body again so it gets the right stickers it still needs and a design that, in my opinion, is worthy of Crash Garage. So it's already pretty cool that it's painted. Also, the paint job is quite decent. The red has been backed with white, and then the smoke effects were added to the windows to make them a bit darker. The chassis is already mostly assembled. That means we have the rear and front suspension for the wheels. We've repositioned the main gear. The standard shock absorbers are still attached here. I will definitely replace those with ones that actually have a bit more oil-damped suspension. And the whole inlay, meaning the steering, will also get something added. That's the current state of the chassis. As for add-on parts, we still have the spoiler and the lights for the body. We have the rims and regular street tires. I won't be using those, but even if I did, I would glue them on permanently. But that's not going in. I'll be putting in something a bit beefier. Right now I have a speed controller from Tamiya here. In theory, it's also capable of controlling brushed or brushless motors. But I'll still use it here. Otherwise, for my next rally models, I want to switch to the Hobbywing 1080 second generation. It's really well suited for brushed motors, but we can still add that in. Other than that, there are also body mounts, a few parts here, light inserts, something up front. Here are the plain bearings. The ball bearings are already installed. I'll still take another look at them a few mounts, something from the servo here. Motor mount. The motor is not included in this set. But we definitely still have the stickers, and I'll take a look at which ones I actually need. Yes, once again, something about the lights, light set. You could install it now. In Blankenberg they also do a night stage. That means in complete darkness the vehicles need lights so you can see anything at all. But right, I'm going to take a look at this now, pick out the technology and start finishing up the car. This is what it looks like right now. That means we still need to install a servo in the steering. I'm also going to swap out the steering here for adjustable parts. Then I want to take this part out at the front again because I want to have a lot more steering angle. For that we need to remove a few things to get a bit more out of the steering. That means we're going to do a bit more grinding here. We need to set up the car so that it has a lot of ground clearance. That's already been done in this case. What we could do now is work on the bar underneath the front steering a bit, turn it around so we can get a little more ground clearance. So I'm going to take this part out at the front again. I'll take off the shock absorbers and install oil pressure shock absorbers there. Something between 55 and 62 millimeters. I still need to check exactly which ones I'll use. Then I'll also check which gear ratio I'll use. I've already bought a few spare parts. Now steering here, damper steer. I think I still had a motor mount somewhere. So the motor mount can also go in here. So it's flexible when it comes to adjustments. Let's say this is for a 1 or 2 model. I can also remove the plastic shaft here, which is a bit... So I can hold it at the front and turn it at the back. It has a bit of delay in it, or it makes the driving a bit imprecise. That means I want to install something made of aluminum there, alright? And that's what I'm going to start with now. So now I've noticed here that the rear mounts are set up so that they're positioned quite high, but we want them to be lower. So I'm going to swap the sides and also flip them around. Now I've positioned the axle further down. Previously it was higher up, now it's lower, and as a result we have more ground clearance. They can still move easily. Now the axle is lower and that gives us more ground clearance. Now let's take another look at the steering in the front. That means I'm going to completely remove it here. Now we have the steering positioned at the front. Now I'm going to carefully remove something right here with the Dremel tool. This is a stop point located here on the side, which slightly limits the maximum steering angle. It hits against it down here. What we can also do is remove a bit from the suspension on one side. That way we can go a bit lower as well. And here you could also take off a little more. That will give us a bit more steering angle in the end. What I'm also looking at is that I want to lock the front diff. That means I will expand on that too. So that's what I'm going to start with now. Alright, I'm opening up the front diff right now, and as you can see there's already a bit of grease inside. What I'm doing now is putting Tamiya's anti-wear grease in there. This is a special compound that actually runs smoothly but also adds a bit of resistance because it's very thick. So with this I'm trying to really fill up the front diff, which isn't actually sealed, so a bit will leak out to give it more stiffness. And when the front diff is stiffer compared to a loose diff, it helps my car take corners better and the rear end gets pulled around a bit more. So that's why I'm trying to lock the front diff a little. It's not actually locked, but just made tighter. I think you know what I mean. So I've now installed the diff. Now I'm testing which way it needs to go in at the front so that it rotates in the correct direction. But I forgot to put the ball bearings on. I'll have to do that later. For now I'm just screwing it together, but I'll make sure to take care of that. It'll get done. I've now very carefully shaved off just a little bit more on one side of this particular area here. That way I can more easily... Now it's on this side here. Sit down a little deeper without anything more coming out at the bottom. And now we can take this off as well. And let's be a bit rougher this time. There are no more restrictions here anymore. Then I can put it back together. So now I've worked on the right and left sides enough that they no longer have any effect for now. Now I've briefly half removed the diff again and I'm putting the ball bearings on, and then we can continue with the steering. I'll use the old steering for now. Now I just noticed that this small cover at the front of the drive shaft is still blocking the steering angle. That means I'll take it out now and have a look at it. And I'll just snip off the top, also trim a bit off so that it's a little more angled. And then we have a bit more steering angle again. Not a bad job. So in the end I trimmed something off here and something off there. And then you already get a few millimeters more steering lock, which will be crucial later when rally driving. It's really important. We'll have to check later that when the tires are on, that they can't get to the front here. But also with different rally tire shears, a set from Carson with the Pirelli tread pattern. And here's one from Carton. That's a different tread pattern. And now just a no-name tire. I'll also bring along the rally block tires. Those are the biggest ones. And it could be that up front here, a little bit what bumper removed. Just cut into it nicely here with a utility knife so the tires don't rub. So otherwise I'm now satisfied with the steering and the height. Now I install a servo, a strong one with a solid servo horn, so without a servo saver. Then the motor and the electronics here. I'll be running a shorty lipo in here drive. That means here you could also, that's how it goes in, so that a shorty can fit in here. You could also line all the surfaces up front here with hot glue so that no stones get in. I'll take another look at that. And then it stands. I'm making another one here. Rain cover on here, which will make the whole thing a bit more dust protected. An aluminum motor mount will also go in here, so I have a bit more flexibility with the positioning and also the gear ratio. For now, I'm quite satisfied with it. I've added more height at the front and back. So up to now, I'm already quite happy with it. I've now added more height at the front and back. Now I still need to add oil shock absorbers. I'll get those. The motor will still be installed. Electronics. As I said, I'm running a shorty LiPo in here. I've now raised the steering. At some point, I'll also replace the steering linkage so I can fine tune it a bit more. Also at the front, I've increased the height and the steering angle. So all in all, I'm very satisfied with it so far. I'm going to put a few more tires on now. And in the next video, I'll show you how the electronics are finished in here. And then I'll make the body look nice. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to write them below. I'll try to answer them. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, go out and drive some rallies. I'll say goodbye for now. See you soon. You're Chris.